What's up, dudes? How's it, motherfuckers? That is, how is it in Hawaiian? How's it? Surfer talk. Let's get into some more FooserX reactions. I like this channel, this Vancouver shit, because first of all, it's really good quality. Second of all, we get players that we never see before. So we're not reacting to the same people over and over again. And it looks like this is amateur doubles, the finals. So I think last reaction or two, we did Carly and Marcel. God, I'm like combining them like a celebrity couple team. And it's like Kenny and Jason. And so now we get the finals. All right, so this guy's got it on his 5-row. Let's see what we're looking at here. Instantly goes into a pass, doesn't really read it, but he hits it crispy. We got this guy doing the Tony Tic Tac. What do we talk about all the time here on the channel? And this is me trying to predict the game, which is a little silly because you're like, why are you trying to predict it? How are you going to know what's happening? Well, because that's half of foosball, is understanding what's coming at you. We don't know everything. It's not like we know exactly what's going to come at us. But if we can paint a picture of what's happening and what might happen, it's going to make our defensive probability go up, and we're going to be able to get more possessions. Therefore, we're going to win the game. So this is why it's so critical to have this element of foosball, and it's almost kind of like being awakened, like Neo in the Matrix. Like, do you want to understand what real foosball is? This is real foosball, what I'm talking about. Not what people are playing in amateur doubles. They're just playing the game one ball at a time. They're just like, they're seeing the game not in a long-term aspect. They're not playing chess. They're just playing checkers. So we know already, I mean, that was me ranting a little bit, but whatever. I'm kind of out of it today. We know already this guy doesn't take his time, at least on the 5-row, for one pass, but we'll see. And that means we can bait him for his. And we see this guy doing a Tony Tic Tac. What does that tell us? Oh man, it's going to tell us that this thing's going to be all over the place and out of control. Why? Because Tony's 5-row took years to get to where it is. And when you see rookies playing with that, no man, you're not going to have a good outcome. So it's going to give this guy an edge because he could just kind of throw in some easy baits, or he can say like, hey, this guy's hitting and hoping on the 5-row, therefore I can just leave my 5-row still, force him into reading the hole. And so we have all sorts of defensive strategies, and he hasn't even passed the ball yet. Just from the way he's setting it up right here, we know what kind of strategies we can start giving him, how to start locking down his 5-row. Yep, and there he goes. He doesn't even go lane or wall. He tries to do some slider option. And again, we don't do options. No, man, you got to lay the framework out. Gets it on his 3-row. We knew from the first possession on the 5-row, he quick shot it or quick passed it. So what would we expect right now as a defender? Well, he is already sort of showing us he is favoring one hole, and we know it's probably going to be a quick shot because he passed it quick. Because the people who have discipline on their 5-row, they're going to have discipline on the 3-row. Somebody who rushes their shit on the 5-row, they're going to rush their shit on the 3-row. You can't just like switch gears. That's not how it works. You can't play really, really fast on one rod and really, really slow on the other. Yeah, and you can even take this at the master level or the top pro. When we were looking at the Saki Shiver match, he was playing Tommy's game on the 5-row, but he wasn't really having a lot of success with it. But he got it on the 3-rod. Super patient, super smart. It was like 90%. But then, and he left that great comment saying like, hey, we won that because I was being really, really slow on both rods. I was being slow and passing with the brush. We're getting away from shit here. But I guess what I'm trying to say is we know a quick shot's coming, and we know he's probably going to give away one side or the other, because that's what we look at when we're playing any rollover shooter. Look at that. He's as far off that ball, off the center, as you can go before it just squirts out the other direction. That's how big this dude's tell is. He's saying, hey man, I'm going pull side. How much easier is it to block somebody when you know what hole they're going? Can you imagine if this was a pull shooter and they're shooting up, they're setting it up for the straight, and they just have their man behind the ball, so it makes it impossible to pull it. All they can do is straight. Can you imagine trying to block that shot? It'd be pretty fucking easy, wouldn't it? Well, that's basically what this is. Hey dudes, same thing that we saw from Carly. Hey dudes, I am going to tell you what shot is coming. See if you can block it. Oh. One more time. It's not really there. He just sort of like forces it in that pull side. What kind of success do you think Tony would have if he was like, you're playing Tony Friedman and he told you, hey man, I'm going to go push side. I might fake it here and there, but I'm going to go push side. What, do you like your odds blocking it? Yeah, man, that's the best player on the planet. But if he tells you which hole he's going to shoot, your success, your chances are going to go pretty high. Think about that, man. This is such a huge advantage. All right. And as a shooter, what was he doing that we need to learn from? Well, what do I talk about in the 3-bar quiz? What's the first step you get on the roller? Is it to read the holes? Read the defense and try to time the defense? Is that what we're trying to do with our 3-bar? Fuck no, guys. Come on. And I know everybody knows already. I have educated you guys. You guys are awesome students. And you know this. You guys are yelling at him more than I am. You're like, what the fuck, man? How are you doing this shit? I mean, cut it from slack. This is years ago before my channel. The first step is to identify what is happening here. And he's not doing that. He's just trying to read his hole. And we know that because he's cheating that hole so bad, we could tell that's what happened. Your body naturally cheats when you're looking at something. But because you are not reading the defense or not identifying what's happening here, you don't even know, like, is he going to do some crossovers? Is he going to show you this hole for a while? Are you going to have to try to time it? Is he buzzing? Were you just going to shoot his guys? Yeah, man, you don't even know what's coming at you. Instead, you're trying to force something. We know when somebody's giving that shake defense and they're not changing it up. What's our shooting strategy? Well, we just pick a corner for the most part. We need to let time develop to see what side he is leaving most. And it looked like he was mostly leaving the push side. All right. God damn. What happened there? Still rolls in there. So he goes to shoot. That guy tries to, I don't know. I don't even know. It's like he blocked it and it was going slow. It looked like he might try. Holy shit. What the fuck? What the fuck, goalie? Yeah, I guess he's just trying to corral it and just lacks the experience. All right. This dude gets it on the 3-bar. Goes for the same pass as last time. That little fast slider, I think. I don't know, man. That guy is not even trying. This guy's not even trying to control it. He's just like, I'll just clear it. And we can tell, like, again, at least he's setting up for the pull every time, but because he's not reading the defense, because he's not even mixing in Big Daddy, makes it really easy to block, makes it really easy to stuff. Lots of turnovers. Oh, man. Little Friedman action, goes to the other side. Wow, man. Crazy option. What is he going to shoot? Okay. Pull kick. Is that going to be his series? Oh, man. All right, gonna set it up again. We'll see if he's. What are we looking at here? Well, we're saying, well, we know you give away one side. Are you going to, and that's your favorite side, we already know that. Are you going to give away your other side or look at the other side? Because usually, if you get blocked, like our tendency is to say like, hey man, that probably was not the right hole. So let me look and see if the other hole is. Oh, again, he's mailing you an envelope and you're opening it up and you're like, hey man, I'm gonna come visit your house. Oh man, I'm just making shit up. I'm sending you notice that I'm gonna come visit your house. I'm gonna mail you that. And if you don't understand how to read, you just open that envelope and it's just a bunch of gibberish. You're like, I don't know what this is. That's what's happening here. This guy's giving you notice. Hey man, I am letting you know where I'm gonna shoot. I'm still going to force pull side, even though you're sort of on there. But it's all right, man. You're amateurs. Nobody's taught you this shit. Now you know, though. Now when you open that envelope, you read it, you open it up, and you're like, oh, man, Mr. Robert is going to come visit me for the holidays. I better clean up the place. He's letting you know what's going to happen. This game's pretty easy, isn't it? When you know what somebody's going to do. I mean, and this guy's the opposite. You don't know what his goalie's going to do. He's just shooting shit out there. Well, we got a defense for that too. Just lock up your dudes, man. Don't even move it. Just lock up your dudes. And he will not be able to break down the zone because it's like that triangle of defense. Because he doesn't have it in him. You know, we're not just talking about him. We're talking about all amateurs for the most part, a lot of experts, and even some pro. They don't have it in them to read the defense. And when you're still, it's forcing them to say, oh, shit, I better try to read the defense. And because they never practice that, because they don't know how, they're going to struggle with it. And then you can like make little motions here and there. Got this guy going to the push now. Oh, man. So I'm going to pause it here for another for another lesson here. And this is what you guys can't have. He's trying to do Tony Friedman's Far Wall series. Dude, that is like, is that smart? I mean, this isn't even we're not even looking at the game here, but just long term. Why is this not a good decision to have this series as an amateur? This is like, the series is too advanced for an amateur, for a beginner, for a new player. Like, whoever this is, I don't know who that is. This series is too far beyond him. You will not understand how to read the defense. So I have a really good video for that. This is a really good analogy for that. It's like you're a surfer and you never surf. No, it's like you're not a surfer and you go to the beach and you're just so excited. Man, I'm going to go learn to surf today. And you just grab any old board from the surf shop. You're like, man, what's the best surfboard here? Well, this pro over here, they use this little small board because it lets them maneuver faster on the waves. And you're like, sweet, man. And you take it and you just run out the door and you go try to surf Nazarene. Where you don't pick the big board that you could balance on, and then you don't go to the little baby pool that the kids from Jaws were going to go sail in the little baby pond. That's where you should be learning to surf, maybe, I don't know, or something with baby waves. No, man, you're going to go get on Nazarene. That's what this dude is doing by having a 3-row like that. So let's check it out. What happens? You've never surfed before, and this is the wave you choose to get on. Yeah, man, that sounds like a good idea. It looks like a really good idea if you've never surfed before, and that's the first wave you get on. That wave, by the way, that's Tony's 5-row. That's what you're doing. Pause that shit. I hope they don't copyright me and like ban my video for copyright. That's what you're trying to do here. You're saying like, hey man, I am an expert 5-row. I'll just mimic the experts. No, man. Tony's got that way because he did lane wall and that was it. If you go back and watch his earlier shit, he does lane and wall. That's it. And then over the years, he crafted in like a hesitation or off the wall or a brush here and there. And that these are options that he breaks out here and there once the match is developed. And he only does far wall because he started at such a young age, he couldn't see over the table to do near wall. So again, dudes, you're trying a series that's beyond you, and we're seeing what's happening here, the result of that. And you might just think, oh man, I'll get it eventually. I'll learn to pass eventually. Will you? I just think of this as like a lecture. I pause because I need time to think about what I want to say. I pause to give you time to reflect and come up with your own thoughts on this. Is that surfer going to become a better surfer if he gets wiped out and he gets back on a jet ski and they tow him out there and he surfs another Nazarene wave? If you say, hey man, I would like to learn how to box, and you go to a gym and they throw you in there with Mike Tyson and you have no training gear, no headgear, he is not going easy on you. Are you going to become a better boxer if every day you go in there and fight him? No, man. You are going to, not only will you not become a better boxer and become discouraged long term, it's going to start, you're going to have like negative habits in your game because you don't know how to properly dip your head or dodge or whatever. You're going to develop really, really bad habits just out of survival instinct. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening when you're trying to do a series that's beyond you, when you're not just doing lane and wall and you're trying to add in all this option shit. And we saw this again with Kenny and Jason. He had the mechanics down, but he didn't understand what he was doing. You're hurting yourself. You're not understanding how to play the game. You're just out there and it's hurting you. And so then we have to think, okay, so the consequences of me choosing this series or the consequences of me using option passes are one, it ingrains into you horrible foosball memory. You're going to have really bad habits, even as a pro. Even if you finally develop a smart game, you're still going to have these really bad habits. But two is every possession you don't get on the 3-row, it's making your 3-bar worse. Like he's had a couple chances on the 5-row. He did get one gimmick pass, but these are possessions you're losing. So your 3-bar is getting worse. When you're playing, your 3-bars, you have a chance to, your like real-time game logging real game time in here, like hours, like possessions to shoot on real defense. And you're losing that because you can't get the ball to your 3-row. So your 3-bar is suffering. Your 5-bar is suffering. Your ball catching ability is suffering. Your 3-bar is suffering. The mental side of chess is suffering because you're not even able to play mental chess with the goalie. That's suffering. And when you add all this together, what does that mean? That means your learning curve for the game is exponentially longer than what it needs to be. Versus somebody who steps up to the table, like a Ryan Napton or whoever. I'm just picking somebody who developed this, or Mark Madej, 5-bar Doom. They are competing with pros and masters on the 5-row at the amateur level because they're just keeping it super, super simple. Lane wall, that's it. And here you have amateurs and they're just all over the place, and your game is just, your whole game is suffering, dudes. Because you need in all these reps. You need reps to get better, to ingrain muscle memory. And when you're doing a bunch of options, you're not doing any reps to make 1 or 2 passes beast. You're not getting a chance to get reps on your 3-row. And then when you do get on your 3-row, you're shooting different shit. So you're losing those reps, those opportunities to put in reps to become a badass. That's why we see Tony and Robbie, they're only shooting the roller ever. That's why all they do is shoot one shot. That's why it's so badass, because that's all they do. They put in the reps. And when you're putting in reps, doing other bunch of bullshit, a bunch of gimmick shit, oh man, you're losing that opportunity for reps. You're lengthening out your learning curve. And we already know, like, we are 1 point into this game and we could already predict the winner here. This guy might be giving away his shit, but at least he is, keeping with the percentages. All right. God damn, that was a long rant. Very important, though. Going to set it up again. Giving away, let's see. Is he giving it away? I don't know where he even tried to go. He was definitely giving away something. What? Oh yeah, I guess it does. It does go to the goalie. For a second there, I thought it'd go to the 5-row. Brushing up on your rules, FooserX. All right. Yeah. Very solid pass. Not reading shit. Or maybe that guy had slow things. But again, it's almost like Carly. Hey, when you got a really, really good pass, you're just going to go to it, and you don't really read the hole. But what do we really want to do? We want to let our series simmer, get a chance to develop, understand what is happening there, so then we can do our unraceable passes. Huh? Where are we at? I don't know. Is he still cheating? It looks like he is not cheating as much. Yeah, and then right before he takes off, he shows us again. He goes to the other side to say, like, nope, I thought I wanted to go middle and pull. I'm going to go push side. Look at this little motion right here. Pull, 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 push. Right there. He alternates the position, and he's showing you guys. I'm going to go push. Boom. One more time. Push. Look at that huge tell. And this is a hard tell to break, and this is the problem when you don't rock your rollover. You have this tendency to give away your shot even more. But even Tony, we nitpick Tony on this here and there. He's the best player in the world, and he still has a monster tell on his roller here and there. So we're not picking on, like, everybody has that. You really have to just put a lot of time into not having a tell. Come on, Vancouver, clean up your table so there's not so much dust on them. Oh man! And again, this is a hit and hope 5-row, but because you do not put in the reps to have a lane, you don't have the reps to catch the lane. So even when you do get the pass through, you're not even able to catch it. I don't even know how this team made it to the finals. I don't, man. I feel like there's probably a lot of amateur teams scratching their heads. I understand how this team got there. He might be giving away his shot, but it's pretty fucking fast, and he's executing everything. But I don't know. Maybe he has like the coolest cat shirt. I like that. I think Carly and Marcel are probably scratching their heads. Like, how did we lose to this team? I know God, I guess it was Kenny and Jason, the one with the badass 3-row. How is he not in the final? How is this team in the finals over him? He's probably on the sidelines, like, what the fuck, man? Everybody is like looking at Robert and Darren, like, oh man, I wish I was Robert and Darren. All I had to do was beat Robert and Darren, or whoever, to get here. They probably beat the tough teams, and this is their reward. And again, like, he got blocked, but this is the same thing that Kenny and Jason. I don't know the forward of Kenny and Jason, but he had a good looking 5-row, but he wasn't taking his time. So what do we got with that? We got mixed results. If you're in their head, you guess right, it's good. You guess wrong, but we don't want to guess. We don't want it 50-50. We don't want to hit and hope. it looked like maybe he did read the wall, but because you're doing it so quickly, that's a bait. Or that's just like, oh, it's time to block the wall now. You have to let that series develop to make the defender have to start guessing and wondering what you're thinking. Oh man, that dude does not even have the bare minimum on the 5-row. Maybe Mr. Katz is really the goalie and they've been steamrolling everybody. And he's like, hey man, I would like to play some front. Oh, gonna shoot a push. Last time he did a pull kick. And again, what are we telling ourselves as a defender? Well, he is struggling with ball control a little bit. So we know he is not going to set it up and take his time. So just letting us know to be ready for quick shit. Oh man, drops a hit and hope bomb from the back. This is why. Well, this is why we say there's no reason to move your zone on a. You're playing somebody who you don't know their 2-bar. I'm gonna make them prove that they have a decent 2-bar. This guy is sort of, I guess they're on their straight. This is their zone. But look up, like this is the hole that he's gonna hit because he sure doesn't have Big Daddy to come way out here, and that's not even Big Daddy. Like you're giving him all the shit he can shoot. You're giving him the shorts. You're giving him the middle. And you're moving it, which means you're in and out of the holes. So all he has to do is just guess right. And then this guy is bailing, maybe. Or he wasn't even on that hole. This is why you're playing amateurs, man. Just do the funnel D. One of my other videos, funnel D. I think it was the Foosballers movie bonus tip at the beginning. You set your zone up and you force that goalie to beat it. And if they start beating it, then you worry about, all right, where do I go from here? But you're just giving him the only shit he can do. Just like he is giving you, or like whatever that other game, Carly. Carly was scored the push when that was the only hole she could shoot. It's the same philosophy here. Why would you give it up to him? Nah, man. Make him beat you. Go into an option, but has the execution's there. Oh, again, he is telling us what he's going to do. Every single time now. Look, I'm setting it off center. I'm setting the ball up really off center. I'm going to go pull side. And I don't know, like, why do you even, this is a really good question. I'll stop it again. Why is he quick shooting? He's not having a lot of success with it. Like, why is he just quick shooting? Because he's got an explosive rollover. Like, it looks pretty fast. Even though, like, he's telling us, he's telling us which side he's going, so that's not good. But because this goalie doesn't know that, it may as well be like a no tells. Why is this guy quick shooting? Why is he quick passing? Do you guys know the answer to that? Again, if I was like teaching a class, I would pause it here for everybody to think about this. Why is he quick shooting when he's not really having a lot of success with it? Because it's fucking ingrained into him. Because he's been playing this game the wrong way from the very beginning. Nobody has told him the philosophy, the power of foosball is taking your time. Nobody said like, hey man, slow it up, read the defense. And because nobody has shown him how to play the right way, he's just been muscle memory, muscle reps the wrong way. He's probably at his home, his house, just fucking cranking off pull sides and push sides like 100 a night. And he's not taking his time on a single one of them. Because if he was, he would be ingraining some mental memory in terms of taking his time, but he's not. And so because of this months or years of bad practice and bad habits, it's ingrained into him. If you were to say, take your time, he would probably make it to like 4 and he would shoot. So that's what I'm saying. This is why it's so important to like really evaluate your game right now, like right this very minute. Go get a fucking notebook and some paper and evaluate your game. Do I have the ability to sit on the ball on the 5 row or the 3 row? Your percentages will come, but we're just trying to develop good habits that puts us in a position to play mental chess. And he has taken himself right out of the game. He is not playing. He's not even giving himself a chance to play mental chess with this dude. Because you're quick shooting, you're just like, oh man, I hope that hole's still there. I'm setting the ball up and I think I see the hole. I'm gonna just go for it as soon as I set it up because I hope it's there. I hope I can get to it in time. And then it's not. He's like, fuck. I hit it right into his guy. I wasn't fast enough. Can't help himself. And we see pros like this. I'm pretty sure if you were to ask Tommy, hey man, sometimes do you struggle with taking your time? Do you, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I mean, he's pretty cocky. He's probably like, nope, I like the way I play. But percentages might be a little bit higher if you took your time. You execute like Friedman and Ryan Moore, and you execute like all the best players in the world. But sometimes those 1 or 2 possessions where you rush it, that's costing you matches. That's costing you titles. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just take your time? Yeah, man, maybe it would be. But I can't because I never took my time going through the ranks. Probably, maybe even like Blake Robert. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't watch him enough. But we watched a couple of his games. He was just like incapable of taking his time. And this is why you're going to get really, really good. Or was it Kruger? You're going to get really, really good. Your mechanics might be really, really good, but because you aren't taking your time, you aren't sticking with one shot, not good long term. Nope. He went to a roller. Now he's going for pull kick. He's just hitting and hoping with this rod. He's not using a series. He's not setting up his opponent. He's got the Labatt. He's got Labatt's options without Labatt's pull kick. Oh, man. If he would just do something, yeah, even if he had like Labatt's pull kick, you would set it up every time. You might get like 1 pull kick or 2. It would free up the goal for all these other options. And instead, he's just going into options. Why would your option holes be there when you haven't established that you need to be on the lawn? And they don't know. They don't, yeah. Fucking amateurs. But I guess what I'm cranky about, and now he's going near wall. Now he's... I don't understand how this team is in the finals. I'm trying to be respectful of this team, but there's no part of this front guy's game that is scaring me here. Like, there's usually at least one aspect of a game. You're like, hey man, at least this guy's execution, we can understand why he is in the finals. Because he hits the ball really crispy. On the 5 row, on the 3 rows. This guy lacks ball control. He lacks patience. He's not looking. He lacks explosiveness. I have no idea how this team is in the finals. And 2, I guess, now that I'm thinking about this, I don't know. I'll just let it play out while I figure out what I'm going to say here. Oh, fuck. You know how, like, at the end of every match, like at the end of Carly and Marcel versus Kenny and Jason, I'm like, hey, man, we saw a lot of promise there. Those players are probably really good right now. Like, just in the course of a year or 2, their games have probably gotten a lot better. And a lot. Even, was it? A lot of the amateur teams that we play, another tell from Mr. RobertDarren, a lot of the matches we react to at the end, we're like, hey man, we saw a lot of promise from this team, keep it up, just work on a little bit of stuff here. I can pretty much guarantee you, whoever this forward is right now, their game is not light years better than it is right now, unless somebody sat them down to talk about it. This is his one shot at glory, being in the finals of amateurs. Because this type of game, there is no part of this game that says to me, I'm on the right path of winning. Oh, it looked like he took his time right there. I'm gonna go check that out, see what happened. Gonna set it up. I'm giving you a towel, but I'm looking at pull side or middle, and it looks like he kind of like maybe he's trying the short. But again, because he's giving us the tell, we know he is just dialed in on one hole. You're not even reading the defense. You're just like waiting for your hole. And that's an okay strategy. If your holes are there, oh man, identify the defense and then adjust your shooting strategy because you have a really good roller in terms of execution. Yep. And look at him. He's struggling a little bit. You know, maybe it's because he's giving it away or rushing his shit, but he's sticking with the rollover. And again, that's because this guy isn't sticking with anything, nothing is good. And even though this guy has some improvements to make, his reps are getting there. You know, he is developing a faster rollover. He's developing more confidence. He is developing. He's at least taking his time a little bit more. I think it seems like it. He's at least learning. It's like an unconscious lesson he's being taught. Oh, I'm not having success doing what I'm doing. Let me start taking a little bit more time. I still can't take 10 or 15 seconds, but yeah. And now he's doing what Carly did. He struggles with the push. So now he's going to set it up over here, and I will work a short pull and a long pull. So again, very limited shot. This defender needs to understand that. He needs to either show him it and take it away or force him, you know, just camp on the pole sides and force him into going push a few times. And that's all right if he gets it. I'd much rather, if you're going to get scored on, you want to get scored on with that person's weakest shit. And you're going to force him to start maybe mis-executing, start thinking harder, start losing confidence in his shot. Everything is just it's like a dominoes effect. You get in somebody's head, it's like a chain reaction. All this shit starts happening. It's like big snowball. If all of a sudden that person, Kenny, Jason, started blocking Carly's push side and forced her into pull side, she said it herself. She couldn't go pull side. When she tried it, she lost. She missed. She just lost the ball on the 3-row. And then once you start having doubt on one thing of your game, then that doubt is like a black cloud. It starts creeping over to your 5-row. Starts creeping over to loose balls. You start doubting yourself. So that's what you need to do as a defender. Hey man, start doubting yourself. I'm going to force you to hit shit that you cannot hit or you're not comfortable hitting. And again, people are they're so short term in this game. I'm just trying to get one block. I don't want that one ball to go in. Nah, man, fuck it. The game is 3. You know, the match is 3 games, or maybe you're gonna play them again tomorrow. Whatever. It's okay to give up a point here or there if you're gonna force them into something they don't want to do. Like, you can go there. I'm okay with that. Good job getting 1 point. It's letting me know what you can and can't do. Oh man, what happened on this? Yeah, on the 5-row again, just going for another option. No series at all. And again, so this is what I'm talking about here. That guy's 2-bar. Setting it up. So what do I say? What's the funnel D? And because he is almost in the funnel D. The funnel D is pull this to the wall. I mean, you almost have it there. Pull this a little bit closer. And this is the hole you're giving him. You're giving the goalie this hole. Don't fuck around with moving your bar around. You give him this hole, and you're giving it with this. You're taking away the short, but you're staying right here. You leave this guy here. You're playing a better player. You're playing like, a high expert or somebody with a good 2-bar, you might push it out a little bit further for Big Daddy, but no amateur in that room has Big Daddy from the wall. I know that nobody does that. So you can pull it in here. So this is what Robert Darren, the forward, needs to do. Don't even fucking move, man. I mean, move this 5-bar in a little bit. Show that goalie, hey man, just this is the only hole you're gonna get. And the goalie makes it really easy for the goalie. Again, I'm not a fan of the reverse because I feel like it will let the split in right here. I like giving the standard, and you kind of just bob it. But whatever, you want to stay loose back here. And this is pretty much what happens. The goalie reads this hole and he shoots that hole, and it's an easy block. But it's just a little bit easier if you don't move your guys. Oh, easy block. And what is that? The goalie's like, oh, I cleared it. I got it all the way down there. I didn't get stuff to turn it over. Well, if this was a better goalie, you just gave them a possession. If this goalie had it in him to pass and score, you just gave this team another possession to score on you. That's the problem. Even when you clear at the next level, like we're just saying bare minimum you need to clear. But really, this is basically a turnover. When I play with Tim Big Baller, this is a point for our team because he will fucking punish that other team. That other team shits the bed when Tim Walters has the 2-bar. He might not score it every time, but that other team is on high alert, and he's wearing that other team out. And I don't know why nobody practices the 2-bar. Again, what are we looking at? Because we know that the roller's not his main shot. We know he's probably going to have some big tells. Absolutely, he's showing us that he is rocking the ball off center. For the most part, he is telling us he wants to go to this side, and he does. Oh, yeah. Tried the left hook. No, not a bad choice. Yeah, man, look at it again. So he does sort of have it in him to slow up his game because he wasn't really having a lot of success. So he didn't even need anybody to tell him that, or a timeout to calm himself down. I mean, really, that's what you want to do is, first option, you want to have the ability to be slow right off the bat. That way you can start dominating right off the bat. But then you want to be able to have the ability to call a timeout to say like, why am I not having success? And this is the long way. We're like 6 points into this game, whatever, 10 minutes, 7 minutes into this game. Now I will slow it up and start taking my options. Well, interesting. Now he's going to set it off center. We will see if he goes push side. I guess so. You're like, well, he didn't really cheat the push side. He didn't come over here on the push side. No, man, that's the tell. The tell is when you're way off center, that's your one side. You're showing you the tell for that other hole. And when you're not way off center, that's the tell that you're going to go middle or push side. So by not giving us the tell, that is the tell. Boom. 5-1? Yeah, man. That's the side. It's the side that caused us to lose 5-1. And look at that goalie. Look at his body language. Walking like taking off his wrap. This is hysterical. I'm a big fan of communication, both verbal and nonverbal. I'm a big fan of reading body language and what people are telling you. So I like to speculate, right or wrong. This is my forward sucks balls body language. I'm trying to just have fun with it. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, we just been pointing out some issues. I mean, he's like, the only reason we even got a point is because my 2-bar, I'm blocking him decent. I mean, I can't hold him off. He's killing the possession battle, and he's killing the 3-row battle. And look at his body language. Oh, man. I want to walk to this other table over here. I don't even want to come back to this table. Yeah, man. Like the way he's just wrapping up here, just like, ah. Kind of looks like Blake Robertson. Maybe that's like Blake Robertson's long lost twin in an alternate upside down universe. Man, struggling with some ball control. This is time off the clock, man. Now you can't take your time. Now you're forced into taking the bait, which is exactly what happens. See? We know he has a big tell on his pull side, so by not having that tell, we know he is looking middle or push. Probably. Yep, and he tries. See how easy this shit is? And that guy looks like Moose. If Moose cut off his ponytail, that's Moose. He even stands over the table like Moose does. Yep. Boom! He's like, motherfucker, FooserX, I do have a tell. I do have some limitations on my shot, but I can still do a little push side. I can't go big push side, but I can do little push side, so fucking suck it. And you can do that. I think, God, who was it? There's somebody else up in Vancouver. Tong, he's like a pro, and he sets up his roller off center, and it's sort of a limitation. But hey, man, if you can still hit all the short pull sides, and you can still do the middle, and you can still do this push, you are giving yourself a good 3-bar. I'm not a fan. Like, you're still limited in a way, but you're maxing it out. So he is. It looks like he might have all the shorts on his pull side. So again, you're at least developing. It's a full series. It's not as good as setting it up in the middle, but at least it's not like the other players like maybe Carly who flat out couldn't go pull side. Nope. Gets the runner. Does not have the execution to catch the runner. A little sloppy by everybody. Everybody's just trying to get rid of it. Yep. Boom. Again. At this level, everybody's going to have a decent shot. I mean, you could say that's a pro master shot, but you got to read it like a pro master. You have to take your time like a pro master. You have to have no tells. So great push. And again, because he did not cheat the pull side, we knew the push side was coming. Yeah, like he can't get the ball unless it's a pickup. And it's unfortunate, but you don't want to lose like that. You want to play mental chess with somebody. And, God, man, another pickup. We will see. We will see if he tells us. No, it looks like he's still, still telling us that he wants to go push side. I want to go push. I'm rocking off center. Boom. And he was even blocking push. He was even showing him like, hey, man, I know you want to go there. I'm going to be on that. He still forced it in there. That's a problem. Well, why are you going somewhere when the hole is so small? Well, it's because your 3-bar is limited and you are forcing it in there because you don't have the confidence to read the defense. And he gets another chance. Oh, I'm still, pretty good though. Yeah, man. So sometimes he has a tell, sometimes he doesn't. It's not always an exact science. So good shot from him. So again, like if you have a roller like that, why did you waste all your possessions in that first game by shooting pushes and pull kicks? Huh? That's your shot. Make the roller your shot, man. Little contribution from the goalie. Oh, there's the Big Daddy. Check it out again. Again, but not again, but this is why I'm a big fan of, like, as a Kenny and Jason. They kind of had the same series. They're bringing it. They're tic-tacking. And it does seem like he is taking his time a little bit more. He just had to settle down. And yeah, maybe that's just nerves. You're in the finals. You're playing a little bit fast. Understandable. But everything looks the same. His wall looks the same. His lane looks the same. And his hook looks the same. And this guy over here, I don't know, it looks like he is settled into, yeah, man, he's giving up that hook. And that guy reads it perfect. And maybe it's not super deep, but it's good enough. It's good enough that, what is it? Mike and Max, yeah, or whoever. I don't know who's playing here. He reads it right. Great hook. The tic-tac between the 2 and the 3, man, that is a series we have never seen before. Oh, man. 3 points from the goalie. Now we know why this team is in the finals. It wasn't because of Mr. Katz. It's because of the goalie. Good shit, man. I would say Allen is probably the goalie. I don't know. Boom. Did he drop another fucking bomb? Boom. He's like, FooserX, I tried to give my sit still zone and he still busted out a point. He still dropped a bomb. Well, that's because your fucking goalie wasn't doing his job. That's not on you. That's not on you, forward. That's on the goalie. Yeah, man. When your job is to be on the short, you got to be on the short. This is why I do not like the reverse, is because it makes that short a little bit tougher to see. Let's watch this bomb again, man. We're going to give some love to the goalie here. He is the single-handedly carrying this team to the promised land. A little T-Mac. Boom. Yeah. You zoned it perfect, didn't you? Hey, man, I will try to get long. I mean, you're not on the long. You are not on the long. But, I mean, he kind of duped you by doing it all this, like, slingshot kind of shot. You're on short. Your job's to fucking get short. How do you let that through? Well, because you don't understand the position of your 2 bars. Get in the standard, man. Get in your standard and shut down. Like, you kind of stagger them. So or I guess it would be called the reverse. And you would stagger it. So because things that are coming on the push, they're almost always a spray. Yeah, man. Fun shit. He's like, I just need a little bit of action from you forward. And now that we see him shooting a roller, now we know, okay, now the game has started. I got the bullshit out of my system. Now we can play for real. Oh, man. Painful. What do I teach these dudes how to rap? I thought we had a lot of time. It was going to be a long match, but really it's just them rapping. We'll just fast forward. Oh, shit. You might be dropping bombs, but they're hitting hope bombs. And this guy's like, oh, You do not have a long. You are not mixing shit up. You have the same release point. I'll just make it easy for everybody and stuff it. Good shit. Well, they even switched up the names every time they switch sides. So good foosball productions on the video editing. I like it. Setting it up. He's not really. Yep. I was gonna say. Sorry, dudes. Yep. I guess still off center. Boom! Oh shit! Oh shit! He did a walk off. Oh, like in baseball, you hit they hit a home run and you're supposed to just run around the bases, but then sometimes you like do a bat flip and you admire your shot, and then it ends up starting a brawl. That's what he just did, man. That is the if you're not going to do a recoil, he's like, I will one up the recoil. I will walk off. Boom. No, man. I I'm so amazed with myself. I got to turn away and just get away from this table and bask in my greatness. Love it, man. Good shit. I'll. What did he? Did he got two or three? That game two, I think it was two, and then he scored one the first game. That was the only one, and now we got another one. Like he is outscoring the forward. And again, why is this going in? You're supposed to be on short. What? Because you're fucking bailing. He's not even dropping bombs. He's not even going long, and you're still bailing. Like this goalie has no idea his positioning. He doesn't know. He's not loose back there. When you're not loose, you react too fast and you over exaggerate. You overcompensate, and that's you. If you're on short, your job's to stay short. That means you don't move. I mean, but I'm not a big fan of not moving. But if that's your job is to stay short, then at least do your job. And you're not even doing that, and now you're diving out of the way when he hasn't shown you that he will go long. And on top of that, he just got through dropping that same exact whatever self slingshot. God, man, this is awesome. Love it. Boom, walk off. I fucking love that, man. I might have to steal that. Might have to steal it. I stole Steph Curry a couple years ago in the finals. It was like 3 years ago, and they were playing the Cavs in the finals, and he went up for a layup, and he got it in, and this was like when they were going to win the title, and then he held his arm up, because he doesn't dunk it because he's too little, so he like does like an underhanded layup, and then he just left his arm up there, and he stood staring at his arm like it was made of gold or something, and he just stared at it, and he just watched his arm while he was running back down the court. I did that once, and that's great. But this one's really good too. I like it. I wish Tony and Ryan and Robbie and Terry, Kane and Blake. I wish everybody would get in on these little celebrations that you can do. Just why can't it be fun, man? Why can't you have these antics going on there? You would draw crowds. People who aren't playing foosball would come over there and get into it. What I really love too is that this guy has a really short memory because he just got stuffed. He just ate shit by this forward. He's like, nope, I have a short memory. I scored. I'm going to celebrate like I did not get stuffed. I like it, man. I want to play with that goalie. I much value chemistry and fun over. Oh man, this guy is dumb over here. What the fuck? And there's the difference. At least this guy, if you're gonna hit and hope, you're doing it safe. He's got some speed and some oomph behind it. This guy does it from between the stripes. Where did you think his men were going to be? And I guess they're open. He's like, well, I was going right here. What? Look what are you even looking at? Well, we know he's not looking at anything. We know it's a hit and hope. So we know he's not looking. But look, you should have 3 men in front of you, and then you should have the goalie. This should be locked up, and this is why you lock it up, and this is why you don't move, because people can't read the D. Why would you ever just shoot into a big mass of dudes? And again, his pull kick went like an inch. Why don't you just shoot a push or pull? Because that is a 10 times faster shot than the push or pull kick at that level. Oh, man. Shit, man. This guy, look at the body language. Took his hands off the table. That's how pissed off. Like, let's check this out again. Oh, look at that. He pushes, like, he kind of like throws this hand down, like, fuck. And you know what he's thinking? And I know what he's thinking. I don't know. Because there's two things what he's thinking with that body language. He's either pissed off at himself for not doing it, or he's pissed off at this guy because the slop went right to his 3-bar, and this guy, I don't think he's got 1 pass in 3 games. His 5-bar is atrocious, and this guy's just like, fuck, you fucking kidding me? We're down 2-1. We could lose this. We're gonna lose the finals because this guy keeps getting it out of love. He's living with the love. That's what that body language is. I've been there. Let me tell you, dudes. Let me key you in. And he's probably learned this lesson by now. But there's a lot of players out there who need to learn this lesson, so I'm going to break it down for you. Got a lot of good shit in this video. Even with bad foosball, we get great shit. Let me tell you guys something. Because I think the same thing happened with Kenny, Jason versus Carly and Marcel. I pretty much promise you Kenny, Jason like walked away from that table like, what the fuck, man? We were the favorites to win the event, and next thing you know, we're losing to a one-sided roller. What happened? And right here, this guy's saying like, what the fuck, man? This guy has has no 3-rod, and he has 0. I mean, at least this 3-rod he's executing here and there, and there's no 5-row, and he's still gonna get the ball, and now they're gonna win. This is bullshit. Foosball sucks. You're a lucky ass motherfucker. That's what he's thinking. He's sending negative vibes like you're lucky, like you suck. These are you suck vibes. So let me tell you, man, what you need to be thinking and taking away from this exchange and this match is your game's not good enough. It's not, man. You had a chance to pass it. You had a chance to pass it on your 5-row, and because you could not pass it because you didn't take your time and you did not get off a good pass and execute it, it opened the door for somebody to come in and stink up your house. And that's what he did. Big ball of stink just got rolled right into your living room. That's what you got to take from this. These exchanges, this match. This is not somebody slopping their way out or getting lucky. No, man. That's a loser mentality. That's victim mentality. That will never make you better. The mentality you need to have is, oh man, I need to be more patient on my 5-row. Oh man, my 5-row needs to be better. I'll tell you another quick story, just because whatever. If we were here to watch foosball, we would not be watching amateur shit. We're here to talk foosball. We're here to talk philosophy. We're here to talk stories, whatever. So right before I left, maybe about 2 months before I left, or a month before I left, I was really starting to play a lot of foosball. I was starting to practice. I was winning. I was cashing almost every time that I was going out. I was really only losing to Kevin Romero or maybe Kidd or Mark Madej. You know, they're good players. Those are pretty much the only players or Rudnicki. I was really only losing to the best players. And I was still, even like when Robbie got me, like I still was able to beat Robbie here and there. I was still able to take Robbie like meat nut. You know, you're never going to beat those players all the time. But what I'm trying to say is I was playing really, really good. And this one match, I played Kevin Romero, and he's an up-and-comer. I think if he He definitely has the promise to be a top 10 player in the world in the future. I think, um, yeah, there's some things about his game that I think could improve to take him to the next level, but it's all good. He is the best player in Denver that plays on a regular basis. And I was killing him on the three rod. And I feel like that's like his weakness, but whatever. Whatever. He's still a great player, great person, fierce competitor, but he switches shots. So I feel like his three rod is pretty good for pull and roller, but it's not great. And that's where you beat him at, is if you have a better three bar than them. And so I'm playing him, and I think this match is actually posted online. Like, it's on my Facebook feed. Like, somebody filmed it and posted it. So if you want to see some of that match, go watch it. And I'm scoring at a pretty high percentage. I'm recoiling. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm drunk as shit, but I'm playing really good. But he wins the 5-row battle. And then he wins the pickups because his pickup ability is insane. And during the match, I think I'm getting a little frustrated. I think I even say, just get the ball. Like, I'm probably talking shit. I'm like, you can score, just get the fucking ball. And it's really easy to get pissed off at myself for losing because I felt like, man, I'm scoring way better than this person. I still lost. Bullshit. I think I even might have won the 2-bar battle too. But he locked me down on defense. And so it's really easy to walk away from there getting pissy and shitty and kind of kicking myself. But then on the way home and the next day, I had to take a really careful look at my game. I'm like, okay, why did he beat me? Because you outscored him. You out 2-barred him. Well, he D'd you up really good on the 5-row. You weren't doing multiple tosses. You weren't understanding his fast defense. You weren't understanding how to beat it. You have to spend the next week, when you're at home, working on how to beat that fast moving 5-row defense. And the next time I played him, I think I beat him, and then I took him. Yeah, I think the last 2 or 3 times I played him, I beat him. And that's not to say, like, whatever. He's a great player, but for me, it's just more of, this is what this guy needs to be doing. I'll bring it back around to what we're talking about. This is what this guy needs to take away from this match. I don't know if they win or lose. We'll see. The reason this guy got slop going to his 3-rod, the reason you're getting shitty right now, is because your 5-row is not good enough. And somehow you're deflecting the real root reason of this. You're getting pissed off at the symptoms, but the root cause is you're not taking your time on your 5-row. You're not reading the 5-row. You're not executing what needs to happen. That was the same thing, just like me. I was just consistently losing to Kevin, and it's like, why am I losing to Kevin? Or even Mark Madej, because Mark Madej was even the same defense. I'm like, I'm losing to the same thing every time. Somebody's giving me this like fast shuffle D on the 5-row, and I'm being too stubborn, and I'm not calling timeout to figure out how to beat it. So I shouldn't be frustrated with other people or frustrated with myself. I just need to go back to the drawing board and say, like, hey, man, this is how you beat that defense. So, long lesson. I hope this dude over here understands that, because this is the only way we raise our game to the next level, is to go home and say, hey, man, I need to be more patient on the 5-row. I need to develop a stronger pass. That way I don't give that other team opportunities to stink up the joint. And that's what happens. You lose to teams that you shouldn't be losing to. And you get all pissed off, a slop. Some people lift up the table. Some people get shitty. No, man. You still get 5 drops. Last I checked, you still get 5 opportunities to pass and score. You still got opportunities to make a steal. This is 100%. This is why I love foosball. This is why I love betting money, playing foosball versus like betting money on a football game or whatever. Because you can control this. You're like gambling. When I went to Vegas once, hey, do you gamble there? Nope. Because I lost $20 and I had no control over it, versus playing $20 and I have 100% control of what happens on this table. You got a chance to pass and score. And if you're not, that means you're not good enough. And that's what this is, man. Him getting it here, you throwing your hands off in disgust while the ball's in play, that's you not being good enough. So just something to think about, dudes. Every time you lose, you should be taking something from that. Why are you losing to this player? Yeah, man. What? When I lose to Robbie or Kevin or whoever, Kane, Rudnick, you know what I got to say? Why am I losing to them? Because they're just better players. Because if you make one mistake, they punish you for it, and they're not playing sloppy. So how do you beat them? You have to make less mistakes. And it's sad but true. You have to play at such a high level that you only make 1 or 2 mistakes a match. And that's it. And the worse teams you play, the more leeway you get. You can make 5 or 6 mistakes and you can still win. But hey, man, your execution's not here. You're letting the door open for this guy to drop bombs, for this guy to get stuffed. Yeah, this guy got stuffed. He's not doing his job. So don't blame this dude for living with the love. And he is, man, because this 5-bar, yeah, man. I saw this meme the other day. It was like a fire hydrant spitting out a bunch of sludge, and somebody put like, "This is what your toilet looks like after you eat Taco Bell." Yeah, man. That's what this fibroid is. But he's still fighting. Yeah, gonna set it up for the roller. Taking his time. Oh, again, he's sort of. You can see his body gearing up. So again, this is another tell. He's rocking a little off center, so but it is very smooth. It's not a big tell at all. Like he still has a pretty fast roller, but he does gear up really hard to go pull side, so he is giving that away. And give it up to the goalie. It looks like he's sort of on. He was on the giveaways. Great defense by the goalie. Again, look at this guy. Took his hand off again. Oh, shit, man. This was like a 20-minute match. This could possibly be like one of our longest videos. There's probably a video out there that went 5 games that we reacted to, and this one's longer. But it's all right, man. So what happens? He gets it. Yeah. Coming in there. He tries to pass it without even corralling it. It gets blocked. And it goes back to him. So right there, one missed opportunity to be smart and get a possession. Doesn't read or doesn't execute. This guy gets this. This guy pokes it through, gets the grab, and watch this dude's reaction. Oh, he just. I thought he got pissed off, but he was wiping his hand. Damn it. But again, man, missed opportunities. And you're the goalie. You're the rock star goalie that your walk-offs make you out to be. Man, just make that dude call timeout. Call timeout. Let's get a good shot on goal. This is a huge point. You go up 3-1, that starts putting a lot of pressure on the other team. Yeah. And what is that guy doing wrong? He's giving good defense. We want to identify it. I'll do it one more time. First we need to identify the defense. Well, what is he doing? He's doing the slow crossover, which means he crosses over and then he does not recross over. Like you never have to worry about him changing shit up really, really fast. So makes it easy. Then you pick a side. But what he's doing is he's trying to read the defense. He's trying to read the hole, and this guy is sucking him into what he wants versus that guy dictating shit. That guy gets a little bit of love. Boom. That's a tough shot, man, because he is crushing the pull side, and you got to sort of know he's looking pull side, but at the same time, because he's been favoring that. Let's check it out one more time. Well, We know, look, he is setting the ball up on the opposite side. Even when he's kind of like dancing it around, it's still set up on the opposite side. And boom. Yeah, man. Can't do it. And if I were him, I'd recoil it or walk off. I would do a walk off. Sucks, man. It's amateur dubs. We get amateur gamesmanship. Well, this guy has expert gamesmanship. I love it. Over here, I just wish this guy would recoil or do a walk off in response to that guy walking off. But too bad, man. This guy's, you had 2 shots on the 5 row or on the 3 row to go up 3-1. Loses it again. I think he has got 1 pass this entire game. Well, again, I don't know who wins this. I mean, this is our last game. It's tied up 2-2. The ball rolls in your zone, and you have a chance to get it. Instead, he just pokes at it. Watch this. Ball's coming. No, man, I think now's a good time to do 2 to the, I don't know, this guy's not even on the wall. Not good, man. You're in the finals. Let's just play the percentages. Go back to lane or wall. And this is the problem we have, is because you have such bad habits ingrained into you, you're like, oh, I missed a wall. I better try something else. Oh, the pressure is getting to me. I don't want the responsibility. Let me just hope this quick pass, this little pokey poke goes through. Oh, man. Winners want the ball. You want it to land on your 5 row because you want to take your time. You don't want to hack it. You want to beat that guy straight up, playing chess. Come on, man. You're forward and do shit. Let's get another bomb, another walk-off. He's trying. And the bad part, too, is if you're the goalie over here, when you know your forward doesn't have the game to win the match, you start taking a little bit more chances than normal. Like, you know, when he got stuffed, it's like, yeah, man, I did get stuffed because I'm forcing shit because I have to force it. I'm trying to make something good happen. So, yeah, that's understandable. It's not smart, but ideally your forward would be doing their job, and you would not feel the need to step out of your comfort zone trying to make something happen. It's kind of like whatever, like football, when a quarterback, they're losing by like 10 points and there's like a minute left and they have to go down the field. They're forced to fit that quarterback is forced to fit that ball into tight windows because he's trying to make something happen. And that's where you usually see a turnover, like an interception. They're forced to do a Hail Mary. They're just trying to make something happen. Let's go, man. Yeah, man. That guy's dude, that guy is playing with fire. He got stuffed already and he is still trying to shoot right in front of his own goal. And this guy, he stands up and kind of steps back again, like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Another possession. This guy is getting more possessions than him without passing it. Pretty great. Living with the love. What's happening? Identify it. All right, well, he's reading the right hole. He's picking the right hole. He just does not have the execution to do that. Nope. Hit and hope. You're just dragging it, hoping you get it. Oh, no, goalie. Well, when you have that little Big Daddy out there, that's what I'm saying in the 5-bar theory. When you got Big Daddy and you hold it off, it's huge. And then you don't do it again for a while, or even if you do, now you scared that guy into jumping out there, and then now you could do something like this. Although I don't think that was on purpose, was it? Let's see. Yep, absolutely was there. I think. I don't know. But again, winners want the ball. That's not a winner's mentality. That's like I'll try to hack it, or I'll try this gimmick pass, but I'm going to go away from my bread and butter. So it's easy to sit up here and nitpick, isn't it? In the finals, the amateurs, God, man, he got like one pass this whole match. Oh, he almost got it again. I wonder if this is the winners of the winner's side because there's like not a single spectator here, and this is supposedly the finals. Oh no, that I don't even know what the fuck that was. Let's try it again. Oh, that you know what that is? That's what we just talked about. You're trying to make something happen. I mean, that's very low percentage play, but we know this goalie might not sit short. He's just trying some gimmick shot. Low percentage, high risk, high reward. I think he was just trying to be the hero, and I like it from him because your forward's not getting the job done. It's up to you, my man. You put on that cape and you try to be Superman and live or die. At least this game is in control of. Like you're in control of this game and you're dictating shit. So I like it. It's not smart, but that dude has a winner's mentality. If you're not going to do your shit up there, I'll try to win this by myself. And this is so great. Like, how often do we praise horrible foosball? I think this is the first time ever we have praised horrible foosball. But whatever, man. We'll take shit where we can get it. I like this dude's mentality. I don't care about getting stuffed or bad foosball. Yeah, man. Slop evens out. Like, he might be living with the ball with love. Just play your game, be smart, and it will even out. And it does. Goes to this guy. Showing pull side. Now it's like, yep, still pull side, goes short. And that's a great shot. Like, even if it is limited, if you can have that short hole, this is an absolutely devastating shot. And this is really when my 3-bar went to the next level. Ideally, you need to have both sides and middle to be really, really good. Ideally, one side is going to be a little bit better. Probably one side is going to be a little bit better, but you need that fourth option, that short on your best side. And that way, even if they do camp out, because you can scare them to open up your other side, even if he was totally camped on pull side and he still went short. So fantastic shot. I mean, that is really an excellent shot. I would urge you guys that are rollover shooters that have a really good rollover and you want to say like, hey man, how do I take my roller to the next level? This is how. You rock it in the middle and you can hit this short as easily as you can the long. And that way, when you see the standard defense, you're able to read that short hole. And once you open that up, once you shoot that, it really opens up the rest of the goal. And it's good shit, man. And in this match, this guy had a good run with his 2-bar, but couldn't sustain it. And it came down to just this forward, like, I don't know. I would say his 5-row was horrible, but he certainly had enough possessions on the 3-row. But just an amateur, just needs to get better. I think we definitely came on him pretty hard that first game because he was shooting a lot of bullshit. But it seemed like later on he was shooting the rollover. Just keep it up, my man. Just his roller's not there yet. He doesn't know how to read the defense. Doesn't know how to identify what's happening. But mostly his executions are very poor. And they're poor because he's not getting the opportunities. He's not getting the 5-row possession. So good shit, man. I hope, congratulations if this was the winners, whichever. Congratulations to you guys for at least getting 3rd place. So that's pretty awesome. I feel like we talked a lot about a lot of stuff here. And I will do one more story. Because, whatever, before I forget it for next time. There was a thread on Facebook months ago, and it was by some gups, and they were saying, I hate playing other like amateurs. So when I say gups, I mean like beginners, amateurs, rookies. I hate playing other gups. I play the experts really, really good. I don't like playing amateur events. And you'll hear this when you go to play majors or state tournaments. I guarantee you, people in here, they've had this conversation. Oh man, I hate playing amateur doubles. I'd rather just play experts because I know what to expect from them. I don't like playing amateurs because I just don't know what to expect. I know you guys have heard that comment from a lot of players. And it's funny because it makes sense. But it doesn't make sense. You should always want to play the lower ranked players because it's an easy win. But if you change your perspective, for those of you that are making this comment before, and a lot of you guys have made this comment, oh, I don't like amateur events. I like the expert events. I'm not even going to play amateurs. I'm just going to play only expert events. I don't like getting slopped out. I don't like bad foosball. Well, it's funny because if you think about the flip side, if you think about our perspective, and I'm going to lump myself in with the good players, we don't like playing you guys. This is why we're so happy to get out of amateur. When we have to play you guys, even in the expert rounds, we don't like it. Yeah, of course you're going to play us tough. You know why? Because you're not playing the game the way it's meant to be played. You're not reading the right holes right. You're not falling for our baits. You're slopping shit in there. You're not being where you need to be, and it is a struggle to beat you fucking gups sometimes. So, yeah, it's going to be a close match because you're not playing the game the way it needs to be played. Does that make sense? You're over here saying you don't want to play amateurs because it's too tough, and you play the experts really good. Do you know why you play the experts really good? Because your game is trash. Oh my gosh, that came off really bad. Let me rewind that. God damn it. I wish I knew how to edit this so I could take that comment out. I don't mean it's trash. I mean it's unrefined, and you're not playing the game the way it needs to be played. So it's very easy for you to compete because you're scoring in ways that you should not be scoring. So I love that comment because they're not thinking about it from our perspective. They're just thinking about it like, oh shit, I can play the experts really good. I can go heads up with them. I don't beat them, but I can play them heads up. Yeah, man. The reason you play us really close is because you're not playing the game the way it's meant to be played. And it's a struggle for us to just eke out a win against you. Because once your game gets to that expert level, once you start reading and playing the game the way it's meant to be played, now all of a sudden you're going to lose to all those players that have that much years of experience on you. Because now you're playing the game, you're seeing the game the way they're seeing it, and because they're better and they're more experienced, you're going to get your ass whooped. So I just thought that was a fun story, or fun way of looking at things. So holy shit, this was a long video. It's beautiful outside. I hope nobody took anything too tough on here. Everybody showed some good shit. So congrats, man. Mahalo, bitches.